Welcome to episode 11. Last time we went to the end. And we can... Really, Rain? Last time we went to the end and back, and this time I think it's finally time that we start planning and thinking about actually building stuff here, which means that I need to make some farms, because farms are what... This time, I want to make some farms because I'm going to need materials to finally start building this town. So the stone farm, I think, is the first thing that I want to build as far as farms go, because that will give me a lot of construction materials. And I'm thinking I'll just stick it back in this wall here. It'll just be a nice little, I can just tuck in here and do it. Although this is an even spacing and that's not helpful. Boom. So here is the completed farm. We've got lava up here, and now all we got to do is just close it in, and then might as well test it out here. So obviously right now I don't need both sides. I don't have enough efficiency or haste or whatever for this to work. It's still plenty efficient. It gives me some nice symmetry here, and eventually if I get a beacon, we can haste it up, and then I might actually need both sides so that I can just kind of sit here and do this, and that will get both of them taken care of. But we can get all the stone that we need now for free. It is renewable, and yeah, that feels pretty good. One farm down, many more to go. So I forgot that I have 49 levels, so I figure why not, let's try and get fortune. Although, do we really need fortune on the hoe, or does silk touch make more sense? Just kidding, we have fortune on the hoe now. That's exactly what I wanted. So now we can do mending, and I can go get an unbreaking book, because we have that now as well. So I would like to get some more shulker boxes, but, well, I only have a handful of rockets left. So I think in order to get more shulker boxes so that I can do things like gather more sand so that I can build things out of glass or concrete or whatever, I need to at least get the basic part of some kind of rocket farm going. Sugarcane seems the easiest, at least in my head. Whether or not that is actually true, I don't know, but I need to craft pistons for that, but I need more cobblestone now, apparently. So, hey, you know what? We have this handy dandy farm here. I can just use the fortune pick to get the cobblestone instead of regular stone. So I am going to craft this up. The design I'm using is the observer-based design. It's a little expensive as far as resources go. I think one day maybe we'll scale up to the slime farm, the flying machine type design, but just for right now, that seems like a lot. And I don't know that I'm quite ready to commit to that. The idea is that I want to build it over in the farm village area. Like I said, all the farming type farms, I want to go over there, but I want to build it close enough to the base that I am loading it most of the time. What am I out of? Once we've got that going, then gunpowder is probably next on the list. We can use the stone farm to make the basic structure, but I need to look up creeper farm designs for that, I think. It has been a while since I made anything like that. So I have the chunk borders turned on because I want to build the farm all in one chunk, just in case. I don't know that it really matters, but since this is our farming area over here, we already have a nice cleared out patch of land here. So I think I will build our farm the sugarcane farm here. I'm going to kind of back it up against the corner. And I guess I'm building this up a little bit. And then that way it will be close enough to the base that it should always be loaded, I think. Well, as long as we are over there, and then we'll get lots of sugar cane. So let me build that up. All right, so as you can see, the farm is essentially built, except that I forgot to get sugarcane. I'm disappointed in myself. One other thing that I need to do, and that is a way to collect the sugarcane. In my original design, I used a bunch of hoppers, but I don't have enough iron to make that many hoppers. So instead, we are just going to put down rails. It can go ahead and pick them up as it goes. It should be fine. And then I can put one hopper there. So let me dig into this. We'll need this, 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 and these. So if we just do... I didn't bring a chest either. Something like that. Now it can just circle around forever. So I'll put a chest here so that that can go in, and then we just send this guy on its merry way. I think I need to boost it. Come on, you can do it. All right, so there we go. There's our chests. This is slow, but once it starts going, it should be fine. This will automatically pick up the sugarcane from up there as it goes and deposit it in here. And eventually, maybe we can get some more hoppers and get rid of all this rail so it's not making annoying noises. I know that sometimes these can unload and then you have to jump start them, and it's a whole process. So I don't really want to have to deal with that, but I need to make an iron farm, so that's going to be on the agenda here soon. Okay, I have been experimenting in creative just a little bit here with a different design after reading a comment on a different channel about bud powering. And it looks like if you put a jukebox in a block, you get an even more efficient design, because this will only break the specific sugarcane that grew up to 3. So this is a 100% efficient design now. And all it takes is a bunch of jukeboxes, which I don't really know what the crafting recipe on that is. Not jukeboxes. Fortunately, not jukeboxes. Note blocks. So I need to make a bunch of note blocks, and we'll update the design with this instead. You can see how it works over here. So whenever that triggers, hold on, let me set the tick rate back to normal so you can actually see it. It triggers just the one and not any of the others. So this is an improvement over this design that will increase that efficiency. And there we go. So this should now be a little bit more efficient in terms of actually only picking up what it needs to pick up, or only breaking what it needs to break. So there we go. That's the new sugarcane farm. And at any point we can replace At any point, we can replace any of the sugarcane with bamboo. We can build another module over here. We actually... Yeah, so this should be good to go. I think the next thing is going to be an iron farm. I am looking at ENX04's design. It's pretty straightforward, doesn't require many resources to make, and it's relatively efficient. I just need to figure out where to put it. So it's probably going to be over in the cave somewhere. I don't want to put it in a cave. You have to be careful not to have any spawnable spaces, I think within 16 blocks or something. So I want to try to put it over in that area so that it can stick with our mining district plans, but we'll see. Yeah, don't mind all this junk. I needed planks. I have been AFKing for almost 2 hours. And the thing that I have learned is that unlike Bedrock Edition, there is a fixed random tick range in Java Edition. Let's have a look. So I have been AFKing in my little hut right here. Let's turn on the chunk borders, which is inside this chunk. It is 8 chunks from here directly over to the sugarcane farm, and this makes 9. And what that means is I am 1 chunk outside of the random tick range. If I stand over here, that farm would get random ticks now. Ah! What a waste of time that was. Okay, it's been about half an hour. Let's just see how it is. Hello, Iron Golem. Yeah, this is much better. So it was just outside random tick range. Great. That's annoying, but whatever. In the meantime, I have decided where to build the iron farm. It's going to be inside this mountain rather than the other one. And the main reason for that, pardon the cheaty cam here, is there's not really much in the way of caves below it. So we can build it here and not have to worry about golems spawning way down below. So that should be a good place to build it, and it's also tall enough that they're not going to spawn up there. So we'll just kind of build it in the middle here, probably a little back this way, so it's just outside 16 blocks or so from that. These guys don't have beds, so that shouldn't really be a problem anyway, but I'm thinking somewhere around here, and that way we can have sort of an entrance behind this so that it makes sense, right? The iron is used for the creation of weapons, armor, etc. So we'll put the mine for the iron back here somewhere. But yeah, I do think I will eventually work up enough materials to make at least another module for this. And then we can eventually work on building up a much faster overall sugarcane farm. But the iron farm is next, because then I can put hoppers under this instead of the minecart, which will just be nice for my sanity. So I have basically everything that I need to make the farm itself, but first I need to clear out some space. So this is, I think, roughly in the middle of this mountain, give or take, maybe a little off center, but that should be good enough. Okay, so that is the area cleared out. From here, we basically just need to dig down an area for the villagers to go, dig a spot for the golems to spawn, dig a little staircase down for the zombie. It's a pretty straightforward affair. So, let's get to it. right, this is basically the farm. We just need to lure a zombie down into here, and he'll hang out in the boat. We got to get some villagers in over there, and that... Let's get the villagers first. I'll probably just tunnel out the other side here to make it a little bit easier to get them in. How far do I have to go for that? That's not too bad. Ta-da! We have popped a hole. I think for the zombie, we will just, once the villagers are in here, I'll just kick out the candles and let them spawn. And then you can go down there. And then we'll put all the candles back because we do need this to be well lit to keep the golems from spawning anywhere else. I think once this is all set up, we can actually close most of this off. So it's not really that big of a deal. But, you know, it might be nice. Let's go get some villagers. And 1. And 2. And 3. There we go. That bed can just live down there, I guess. And we close them off. So that part is now done. Hello? Why did a golem spawn? So I guess let me go ahead and put some lava in there. I kind of wanted to get a zombie in here first. Okay, so he should now go down, I think. Let me just break line of sight so he stops jumping. Would you go down there, please? There we go. All right, he has figured it out. Let's just go check and make sure that he is in fact stuck. He is stuck. The farm is now operational. All right, everything is filled back in, and you can see just in that short time between when we finish this and having filled everything in, we've already up to 21 iron ingots. So that is probably about all the efficiency I really need. We could make more modules and yada yada blah blah, but the reality is I'm only one dude on the server, so it's not even a server. The series, hey look, somebody else is dying. So I really don't need that much iron. I need enough to make pistons and hoppers and things like that, and that's about it. So I could just AFK here for a few hours, and that would probably be good enough for quite a while. So that's all I'm going to do for that. Now that we have the iron farm, I can make some pistons and some hoppers to finish out the rest of the sugarcane farm, and then maybe we think about the mud farm. Or the creeper farm. Decisions. Okay, so finally here we are all set with the last bits that I need to make this work. So this is what I wanted to do originally, is just use hoppers all the way down. And now thanks to the iron farm, which provided me with over a stack of iron, we can now do that. So I will just go along here and place these hoppers down. It's a little awkward now that everything is on top of me, but that's okay. And then once I have enough iron to do the other side, we will do that as well. And then both sides will just run on hoppers. But you can see it's working pretty well. Let's go ahead and pull this out and bring it back to the base, but that is our sugarcane farm complete. I do think at some point I'm probably gonna run some hoppers over here, so it's centralized storage, but that's okay. We're doing good. So I'm not really sure what happened, but this is just not making iron anymore. Okay, I was doing some troubleshooting. I think it might be that the one guy was not linking to a bed. So let's see if that helps. They definitely all got in a bed. Okay, so the one jerk just decided he didn't feel like getting in a bed anymore. And if that ever happens, fortunately, all I really have to do is go slap that trapdoor closed. You know, I really don't understand how this works. There must have been a baby zombie that got in there. So this wide open door, perfectly safe. This door, not so much. So I guess I need to make some weakness potions. I was not actually planning on doing any of this on purpose anyway, but here we are. So here we go. Holy crap, that's loud. Well, whatever. I can be weakened for another 10 seconds. I don't really care. We'll see how long that takes, and then I guess I'm gonna put an actual door on this. There. Whatever. Now the other dummies can't get in. Of course, they're not healing at the same rate, so please stop. Stop. You dickhead! Are you kidding me? I spent over an hour on that guy. No, no, no. You don't get to come over here and apologize.